Mm-hmm.
Just like in perpetuity. If you get the opportunity to go to a gay wedding, you fucking go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that's just what you do. It's always a good time.
I expect nothing less.
Yeah. And beautiful too. Worth the 8-hour round trip drive.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're likely going to get some perfection going on.
Mm-hmm.
An ex of mine, she had probably still. I mean, they're not that old, but she has a gay uncles married, and saw pictures of their wedding. I didn't go. I didn't know them at the time.
Yeah.
Their suits were like, mwah, like the drip going on at their wedding was insane.
Oh yeah.
Obviously not there, but the pictures spoke 1,000 words each one.
Yeah, they had matching suits with matching cowboy hats. It was very adorable.
That's adorable.
Mm-hmm.
They have matching boots.
Of course, yeah. Full attire matching. Gorgeous.
You got to.
Yeah.
You got to.
You got to. The thing that we got to do is talk some wrestling, get into the pod, talk about what it means for WrestleMania, Derek, and what it means now that main event Jey Uso is not main eventing, it seems like.
I feel bad for him. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I think there's something real weird going on.
Yeah.
I think WWE might be listening to some of the fans who are not happy with Jey Uso.
And
so,
speaking of fans, starting off Raw right away with a good old-fashioned John Cena sucks chant. Just John Cena sucks. John Cena with the music and everything, throwing it back old school. And they were in London, right? In Raw.
I think it was London.
Yeah.
No, Scotland.
Scotland.
They're in Scotland this time. It was I think either London was last time or London is next. One of the two.
One of the two. Yeah. They're on the last legs of their European tour, and unfortunately, I feel like they mic'd the arena wrong this week because it did not sound as hot as it's been lately.
Okay,
and,
so I'm not alone on that. Okay, yeah. I was wondering that myself.
Because the crowd looked into everything, but I couldn't really hear them as well as we've heard them the previous couple of weeks.
And it could also just be the shape of the place too. Doesn't lend well for sound to travel easily.
Yeah, that's a big problem at like WrestleMania when they do like the big open stadiums because all the sound just goes up and out,
just leaves, and you don't hear none of it, and it's like super quiet.
Mm-hmm.
You only get to hear like the people who paid the like $2,500 plus to be in the front. So,
dude, okay, that I saw an unverified report over the weekend of WrestleMania this year is looking to be like the lowest attendance that they've had in recent years, and if that's true, they only have themselves to blame with these fucking prices, man. Jeez.
Yeah. So, me and Christina were looking at tickets recently.
Yeah.
Because WWE was gonna be here. It was here this weekend or something like that. Like a live show.
Mm-hmm.
No, April. It's coming up in April. Actually, sorry, it's coming up in April.
Yeah, aren't they gonna be in like Peoria or something like that?
There as well. Yes.
Yeah.
So the one that's going to be at the Allstate Arena, that's where we went for our live show back in December. And I was looking at tickets back then, and if we had bought them back then with the discount, we could have gotten some tickets for decent pricing compared to what they are now. But like some of these tickets going into the back, like where you're in like the behind the wall type shit.
Yeah, the obstructed view.
Yeah. $150 plus starting for those seats where you can't see anything.
But Derek, for just under $10,000, you can get a suite in Las Vegas at WrestleMania where you might be sharing it with the one, the only Hulk Hogan.
One of us would never leave that suite, Alex.
Here,
And I have a feeling it would be him.
yeah, the funny thing is they originally had it marketed as the Hulk Hogan suite experience. They have removed his name from the branding on it.
Yeah, I have a feeling if they don't remove him from the thing itself, that's really not going to sell.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, don't blame anybody for not buying that.
Nope.
Unless you're like an extreme hater and you plan on getting one over on them, like I don't see the reason to pay for that.
Yeah, unless you want to like call him out and like play the message from his ex-wife that went viral this past week, or maybe read off what his daughter said about him in response to that. Maybe.
Yeah,
might be something.
Yeah, I mean, Alex, sometimes people are just tired of cleaning up family messes and being cast as the person who has to, put out a PR statement and stuff. Sometimes you get tired.
Yeah.
Just like you get tired of paying for WWE ticket pricing. So you decide to maybe book a show in May with competitor brand, maybe known as AEW.
Oh, the Pepsi to the Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe get not ringside, but floor close to the ring for like $54 a ticket, maybe. Somewhere around there.
Maybe. Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to Dynamite.
Hell yeah, dude.
In May. And the tickets, obviously, in comparison to like WrestleMania or SummerSlam or some crap like that, there's no contest there. But even just regular non-TV show WWE tickets, live show, like fun and games type shit, is so expensive, and it's not worth the pricing.
Look, the problem is like WWE is so hot right now. They're entering that like Sony PlayStation 3 era, I like to call it, where like you're doing so well that you're feeling unstoppable, that the ego is starting to take over, and they're gonna they're gonna be overconfident and kind of screw up, which I'm not trying to say I want it to happen, because I like when the companies are hot, they're doing well, wrestling is on top of the world. That's a good feeling for us, but just bring those prices down. That's all I want. I just want them to bring the prices down. That's it.
Yeah, especially in this day and age where the cost of a seat is the same cost for a carton of eggs. Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
I feel calling it the Sony thing is spot on to me, because we've talked about this before, where WWE, it has a competitor, so it fights and it actually tries, and then it grows and outgrows the competitor in many ways. And then their ego gets too big for their britches and they crash out real hard. And then it takes them like a John Cena worth of title holds attempts to be able to get out of that.
Yeah.
So, like, are we about to see them crash out soon? And it's just going to be Cody winning the belt over and over and over and over again?
Look, it could go that way. It could go that way.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that too. Like, Cody as the face of the company has done fantastic for them. Like, he has got everything that you could want in a top, title holder champion for a company. Like, he's got the charisma, he's got the work ethic, he's got the backstory for it. He's got the connection with the kids. Well,
Alex, sometimes you need to praise someone like a Cody Rhodes, because not just in his pedigree alone in the ring, but he is the type of wrestler where someone who was once your mentor should come out and speak about you, would talk of your time being a competitor because of you starting a wrestling federation that has become extremely successful. only to come back and dominate. I feel like Cody being at the top of his game right now is exactly what WWE needs if they want to retain that ego.
Yeah, and I mean, like let's talk about like just that like John Cena like villain promo, because he said kind of like the theme that's been going on is this version of John Cena that we're seeing, this not heel, I'm a human being John Cena, is kind of like a throwback to where we would have wanted to see him turn back in the day. Like he's still got like that delusion happening, but like the key thing that I think we can take away from this promo is said that he was going to ruin wrestling for everyone. You know?
Yeah, I feel like this version of John Cena, yes, is the one we've always wanted, but this was inevitable, this type of John Cena. He stood there so long as the face of it all. And there's a lot of disdain there. You know, it's a mixed bag being at the top, because you got everybody coming after you, and you have obviously the loyal side too, but every little move you make is critiqued. I mean, how we still make fun of the spinner belt.
The spinner belt, the 5 moves of doom, when he tried to introduce a new finisher, the Thunder Fist, and it was just ripped apart because it was ridiculous. Or when he tried to do the springboard stunner as one of his moves, his signature, and it was just like he was like a flying brick in the air.
I know, but I love that though, because I feel like we get, if he starts doing some of these things like bringing the Thunder Fist back and stuff like that, I think it would play really well into this version of him, where he's like, screw you, I'm gonna do what I want. You all didn't like this before, but I did enjoy doing this, so you're gonna start seeing me do some weird things now.
I'm all for the weirdness. Also loved how he responded to the response of his promo from last week, and like the virality of that little kid that he called out, and just like calling everybody out, saying, and you loved it, like you loved me eviscerating that child. And we did. I did.
I did. We did. Yeah, we did. Oh, we did.
Also, shout out to that little kid, because he was questioned this past week. Yeah, and he's just like, look, I still love John Cena, okay? He's still my hero.
You know what, kid? You're a real one.
Yeah, he's a real one. He's ride or die, bro.
Dude, ride or die. He's going to be one of those, like, Cena's going to tell him to march to his doom, and that kid's going to be like, yes, sir. This version of Cena, I feel like we never got to see Cena be the one to set up the events and the matches in this kind of way ever, because out of everything going on for this road to WrestleMania, his ability to keep me entertained and wanting more for this matchup is insane. That last promo he did made me real hungry. This promo, no exception. Maybe it didn't come off as strong to some other people, but I mean, I'm primed. I'm ready to go. I want to see this match now.
Yeah, I'm holding my breath a little bit longer. I want to see some more intensity, because like rewind a year ago, this exact same time, we had The Rock beating the piss out of Cody in the rain in Chicago in the backstage area. Like I want them to ratchet it up to like at least get close to that level again, because that got me a little bit more amped for WrestleMania. This is good, but I think they could be doing better.
I have a theory.
Yeah.
A wrestling theory.
Not an Austin theory.
Not an Austin theory.
Okay.
I believe that despite the fact that Cena is a company man through and through, that that face of Cena that we saw for over a decade, in some ways is the real Cena too, despite it being a mask. Because you play a character so long, and you inevitably gain some traits from it. And I feel like Cena knows he's not fit to take the belt off of Cody for what he's doing. And I feel like that kind of part of him makes him kind of tone down a little bit. He ratcheted it up, but now he's toning back down. And I feel like we're going to end up seeing The Rock sooner rather than later to help ratchet this back up to 11.
Yeah, because I'm sorry, John. I got tons of respect for you. Calling out Ric Flair's championship title reign, like, record, and saying that you're going to take it away from us is, like, good. We want that. Like, fuck Ric Flair. Kinda.
Yeah.
I mean, just... nobody really cares about his record anymore except for Ric Flair.
And I don't even think Ric Flair cares about his record that much anymore, to be honest with you. The man's just happy enough to get work.
Yeah, only if he's working. That's the only time he's going to care.
Yeah, like, and all he's doing is going up, slowly getting in the ring, doing a nut punch, and you know, getting hit in the head and walking away.
Dropping an elbow on an empty shirt.
Yeah. And maybe say woo like 2.5 times.
Yeah, a lot less power behind those woos these days.
Yeah, and like I feel like if he does take the belt off Cody, I'm okay with it technically. Like that's fine. It gives Cody a reason to get the belt back, but then it's gonna play into that even more that Cody is the new Cena, and that kind of worries me.
They could go either way with it. I mean, if they take...
I'm here for it,
yeah,
but I'm worried.
If Cena takes the belt, I'm okay with that because there's a treasure trove of main eventers that they can have challenge him and one eventually take it off of him. Whether that's Cody again or somebody else, I'm okay with it because there's enough names on that roster right now where they have believable, you know, top champions. Like, not every reign needs to be a Roman Reigns, you know, record-breaking reign.
Right, I agree. And Maya agrees in the background, too.
Yeah.
She can bark. It's okay. Yeah. She's talking. I don't mind. And I doubt the audience will mind either. But I agree with you on that. And I feel like if he were to... Because I admit, at the end of the day, I want Cody to retain.
Yeah.
I would prefer him to topple this version of Cena versus him getting toppled. You don't want to get topped by this Cena. He's not a gentle lover.
We might have to ask Nikki Bella about that.
But at the end of the day, though, if he were to take it, you have a lot of people that could easily be great contenders to lead the year out in facing him on and ending with what for me feels inevitable if he actually does take the belt is a Punk rematch where Punk takes the belt off him.
I want to see an inverse of Punk retaining the championship and then leaving the arena and WWE with it, with Cena on his side. Like, I want to see that inverted.
Dude, that's such a... Yes, I could totally see that too.
Yeah.
Because, like, you're not doing it in the same way where Cena's walking away with bad blood. He's retiring. So, like, but you can totally play it off like that, though, and have that final bit just be a fun time in his exit.
Yeah.
And make it look like... Because he's already done, like, a pseudo pipe bomb. Yeah. I would love to see, like another pseudo pipe bomb.
Like... Here's the real question, Derek. I mean, do we put money on this now? Does Cena bring back the spinner belt?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I feel like if he does take the belt, he's gonna bring it back to piss people off like us.
Yeah. I'm kind of
Cena, if you're listening, can you at least get a new version? Like I don't know, like where it's like triple spinners or something, where there's like 3 of them and there's like cogs and they spin each other.
It's got lights and shit.
Yo, it's a mood. It has like, it changes on its mood.
Mm-hmm.
He presses a button, it goes from like blue because he's all like calm and shit and he switches it to red.
No. It spins so fast, and it's got the LEDs in it that it's holographic.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it has the C on the outside of the no.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can see him.
Yeah, we can.
You can.
Derek, I was wondering if we could take a moment now, though, to congratulate me on calling them making Jey Uso's botches kayfabe for him failing against Gunther. Because that's what we got. We got Jey doing a tag team match with his brother, Jimmy, which I don't know why they bothered making that surprise. It would have been so much better if they just advertised it as being Jimmy.
Yep.
Could have been some fanfare going up against A-Town Down Under.
Yeah. I have a Uso theory, not an Austin theory.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they are priming us for the Usos to start being in the tag team division again because of the way some fans have reacted to Jey up to this point. They might not actually do it, but I feel like they're prepping us for it in case they feel like this is the only next logical step.
Yeah. I mean, let's go through this all right now because we had Jimmy and Jey doing their like Uso special, basically. The tag team, like, in sync, never lost a step. It's been like a year and a half since they've been like as a team together on TV, at least. The 1D, putting it away, looks great. Doesn't miss a step. Then there's like a bit of a moment where Gunther makes a surprise and Jay's in the corner and he slips. And it's a bit it's a are they doing it on purpose or are they not moment, like,
well, okay, so Jimmy saves the day with the chair.
yes.
My dog is just she is going.
Yeah, she is on top, just like furious about things.
Hold on one second, everybody. We're gonna leave this in.
Hey, Data. Data's making an appearance now too.
Come here. All right, there we go.
Oh my God.
Say hi. I think it's your first time on the podcast. Hi.
Yeah. Say hi to little Mogwai.
Yeah, say hi to Maya, everybody. My little girl.
Don't feed her after midnight.
No, I got her wet last night, and about 30 of her spawned, and I was just like, you know what? Grab her, go back inside, leave it be. Just leave it be.
Let the neighborhood deal with the outcome.
I can tell you, she has caused, her clones have caused about 12 accidents out front. The local wildlife population, extinct.
Yeah, decimated. She's going
Never.
after the mic.
Don't bite my microphone, you butt. You little butt. How do you feel about Jey Uso?
Oh, now she's going to be quiet about him.
Of course you're going to be quiet about it now because you're... No! Leave that alone. Such a butt. Oh my goodness. Mwah. Okay. I do believe this started out not as kayfabe. I think they're leaning into it, personally.
Yeah.
And I think they're leaning into it to give the idea that Jey is afraid still of Gunther and messes up. And nope, you're staying here with Dad. And I still believe that at the end of the day, there's a good chance we're going to see Jey take the belt off of him.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's going to be one of those like R-Truth moments where R-Truth overcame his fear of heights. He will overcome his fear of Gunther and take the victory and actually connect with the spear. I think what started off as a couple mishaps, they were like, you know what? Let's lean into this. Let's start saying you're crashing out, and let's go even worse. Let's have you do a suicide dive where you actually almost kill yourself.
Yeah, a flop dollar.
Yeah, flop dollar, and go from there. But in all honesty, I do believe this is now kayfabe. I think it started off not, though.
Yeah, I mean, the slip up and the recovery where Gunther like immediately goes for him. Jimmy comes in with the chair. Was, picture perfect, really sold the whole idea.
Yeah.
And then I loved the backstage segment that we got with Jimmy hyping up Jay, telling him all the things, like, getting his like ego back in place where it needs to be, call him out on being like, like, dude, you're falling apart and whatnot. You're not the guy that you need to be in order to win this. And then for some reason, Gunther's just directly around the corner back there, and they have a little face-to-face, and Jimmy slapped, like, the absolute shit out of Gunther in that moment. That was one of the best slaps ever on TV.
It was loud.
It was damn loud.
I got a new non-Austin theory.
Yeah.
Do you think Jay is getting his, was it Rocky 3? Which one did he face off against Ivan? Was it 2?
2 was the, yeah.
Rocky 2. Where he faces off against the Russian.
Mm-hmm.
Because Rocky crashed out pretty hard after that loss. And it took his best buddy to get him back into the idea of actually taking Ivan on and beating him by being unalived by him.
Yeah, Apollo died in that
So here's my theory.
Mm-hmm.
The next step is for Gunther to unalive Jimmy in the ring, so that when Jay faces him at WrestleMania, he will then take him on and beat him for the belt in honor of Jimmy. And then Jimmy will come back out of a casket with what's his face that just left AEW. Something Black.
Oh, Malachi Black?
Malachi Black, thank you. Yeah, he'll come out of there with Malachi Black. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's now Aleister Black. Yeah, that's true.
We don't know what his name's going to be when he returns, but it'll probably be something on that variation.
It's probably going to be Aleister Black.
I am kind of loving this idea because I'm visualizing the imagery of Gunther chopping Jimmy so hard he has to be stretchered out of the arena.
Dude, choking him out so hard that he gets unalived. Just something like basically another kill shot. Like we had the Bloodline doing the kill shot. Was it last year to Jimmy? Now we need Gunther to do a kill shot and give Jay a reason to propel himself forward. He needs to have his anime moment.
He gets Steven Seagal. He gets choked out and soils himself,
and yet still somehow stops the nuke.
Yeah. Oh God. Rest of the show, we had Raquel Rodriguez going up against Lyra Valkyria for the IC title. Not bad. Not great. Not great, but not terrible.
This was one of those where I didn't question like both wrestlers. I only questioned one, and it wasn't Valkyria.
No.
Valkyria, I thought, looked very strong in this match, but not Rodriguez again. I feel like she's not good without Liv, even though Liv was there. It still just wasn't. I don't know. It just on her end, it looked sloppy. On Valkyria's end, I wouldn't say it was like S tier, but it was really good.
It was very good, yeah. Raquel just needed to book her a little bit differently because right now they book her like an Undertaker-sized giant, where her matches are built around like extreme feats of strength, and that's not really her strong suit.
No, because she's not a Nia. They could still bill her as a giant, sure, but bill her more like a Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
That style of giant where she's not the strongest, but her size still freaking matters a lot. That would work more because I agree with you. They kind of want her to do this strong style, and she doesn't got it. Like, no. There was a couple of times where she had to grab Valkyria and she couldn't do it. So,
it could be worse, but it could be a lot better if they just they just laid out the match differently. It could be a lot stronger. Okay, that's all.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so that her Karana was sloppy. And it led into that big boot moment. from Rodriguez. That was good by me. But I don't know. It was just mid tier.
Yeah.
I feel like they not only do they need to do better booking with Raquel, but they need to do better booking with the IC title in general.
Yeah, I'm like we're getting it on TV, which is a start.
Yes, I agree, which is good.
Yeah. Other things that were on TV, we got trying to make this women's championship setup make some sense with the direction that they're going. Right now, it just seems like they're changing Rhea Ripley's character to a whiny child. And that's
you
about
had brought this up. You brought this up last week, though.
Yeah.
And you had said that this has always been Rhea, but now that there's a chance to pull the fans away a little bit and actually have them see her like this for once. And I agree with you, because that's definitely what we got.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the crowd doesn't really seem to be going for it because they ended up booing Bianca Belair over Rhea.
Which was weird.
It's very weird.
After all that emotion that we got from Bianca and Naomi just a few weeks ago, and they're sitting here booing Bianca.
Yeah.
It's insane to me. Like, Rhea hasn't really had much of a storyline other than just constantly getting distracted and losing.
Yeah. Basically.
I don't know. I thought that was a little weird. I'm hoping that Bianca and Io are still the shining stars of this matchup at the end of the day, and Rhea doesn't steal the spotlight, because like Rhea's had her time. She went away, she came back, took her belt back. Io took the belt, let her have it for a little while, or let Bianca have it for a little while. Like, you don't need to insert yourself.
Yeah. Honestly, they could just find something else for Rhea to do, and I'd be fine with it. Because Io versus Bianca is gonna be a banger. Now,
Oh, dude, for real.
Now, let's face it, this might just end up being another triple threat championship match that gets added to the mid card at WrestleMania, which definitely feels like the direction they're going, even though they're giving themselves off ramps to avoid that. That's still going to be the final direction, it feels like.
I still feel like they put little detour blockers in front of these off ramps, though. Like, they've decided not to take them.
Yeah.
All they had to do was have either Bianca or Io just take Rhea out of the picture and have her be like hurt for a couple weeks or something.
Anything.
And then have her be gone. And then she tries to come back to get her rematch, and it's like, oh, well, it's a little too late now. You're gonna have to wait till after WrestleMania.
Yeah, like, they could do what they did with Jade and just have her be attacked backstage to write her off for a little bit, you know? Just do that.
Yeah.
It's okay. People will still remember her after WrestleMania.
Right. Like, you can definitely shelve her for 9 months and act like that storyline's going to go somewhere, only to have that storyline finally go somewhere 9 months later.
Yeah. Only.
Yeah.
Speaking of things that are going nowhere, Dragon Lee versus El Grande Americano. Mixed reaction on this one. Okay. Number one.
Yeah.
I love Chad Gable. I love the idea of him being a masked luchador that everyone knows is actually just Chad Gable, and it's a secret identity. I love that. I don't love AI slop. Okay?
Thank you.
And I've seen there have been some reactions from some folks south of the American border in Mexico who are pretty unhappy about the Gulf of America reference. Not because of anything in particular, other just feeling too fucking real for them. And I get it. You know?
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
I know it's supposed to play into, like, you know, this Chad Gable ultra douchebag American persona, and, like, that's part of the heel thing. But a lot of people are just like, no, dude, feels too real. Okay? I can't laugh about it.
No, yeah. Like, we were laughing the other week because it was like, it looked like it was poking fun at American racism.
Yeah.
Of Hispanics and how they view themselves as superior. This went mask off and was like, no, these ain't jokes, actually.
Yeah.
we actually, this is where we stand.
Yeah, no, it felt like the presentation was supposed to be as a joke, but it's one of those things where it's like, sorry, this is something that we can't joke about anymore because it's just, it feels too close to home. Like it's reflecting too much reality here.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Like I'm even seeing all over YouTube and stuff, all of these like polls popping up of like who's the greatest luchador, and in Americano has been winning over and over because, you know, memes.
It's Dominic Mysterio. Come on, dude. We all know this.
Thank you. Fucking thank you. Mm-hmm. It's like, you all are not real fans of wrestling. I don't care if you think Americano, you know, taught everyone wrestling, like luchador style wrestling. He may have, he may not have, who knows?
Yeah.
But that does not mean he's the greatest.
No. But
this motherfucker just he's the greatest at bringing way too real of bigotry to life.
Yeah. That aside, I love the way his gear looked, how it was just like his Chad Gable American Made gear, except they had tassels on it. I loved the actual match. It was just like a quick 5-minute sprint. The mask pull into an ankle lock just to show that he's still, you know, a shit ass heel. Great.
Yeah, I felt bad for Lee, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I did like how Americano Gable got to the victory point though.
Yeah.
It was mean as hell, and it's kind of, I feel like we're about to get an Avengers level threat from him being one, and all of the other luchadors are going to have to unite under the banner of the greatest luchador of all time, and we're going to get a new luchador team lineup.
Yeah.
We'll have a Hulk. We'll have a Captain America. That'll be Dominic Mysterio. Rey Mysterio will be Iron Man, because we need a Civil War down the line. Remember,
Yeah.
we got to think future movies here.
Eddie Guerrero is Doctor Strange. He opened up all the portals.
He did open up all my portals. Wait, what?
Wait, what? Then we also had CM Punk promo in the ring, talking about last week, but because he mentioned Seth and Seth didn't come out to interrupt, it actually went pretty short.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny because we all waited for the interruption and it didn't happen.
I know, right? But it's fine.
It felt like it was actually supposed to be there because the way he talked, like it was like an obvious setup, and I think that might be why.
Yeah. Oh, it's okay though. It's okay because we got Braun Breaker versus Penta for the IC title main event. Super into this match. Just two very different styles of wrestlers, and Braun being on the rise that he's on is just fucking dope. Penta just coming out the gate looking like a star in WWE. You really can't be upset about him getting an opportunity like this. But fucking Judgment Day, we got another fucking disqualification. How many is that in the past? How many weeks? I'm so tired.
At least one a week. At least one a week. At least, literally at least.
Yeah.
I think a couple weeks we had 2 per show.
It seems like it. Like, I don't want this to become the standard again. I really don't.
You know how we get in trouble in GM mode for stalling out rivalries because we're trying to wait for like a PLE.
Yeah, you specifically.
Yeah, me specifically. Yeah. That's what they're doing right now. They're stalling things out because they don't want to have a real matchup between Penta and Breaker yet, because I get the feeling Penta's actually gonna take the belt off of him.
And I don't know. Like, I understand, okay, WrestleMania is right around the corner. You're saving like a big title change for there. That makes sense. Don't spin your wheels and waste our time with stuff like this. Just build up the other things on the show. You've got enough people, you've got enough stars to work with, where you don't need to just like insert this match here to buy time. Right.
Like, you have all these different stables that could definitely use more time on TV, and all you're doing is like rehashing stuff over and over again. waiting for WrestleMania. You could be priming us for stuff after WrestleMania when those same people you're trying to get us ready to watch are going to have to take a break after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Like, set us up for some rivalries that are going to end up inevitably happening post WrestleMania right after.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It kind of annoys me because I felt like they were so on the ball last year with this, where they weren't just setting up like us to watch WrestleMania, but they were getting us ready for after too.
Like, there was so much at stake last WrestleMania, and it feels like we're only getting like a quarter of that right now.
I agree. I feel like they, instead of listening to the fans where they've needed to, they've only listened to the fans with a couple of things, and they've decided to just steamroll ahead with the rest.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. Like, because we could have some great small rivalries pop up for a few weeks. You know, like I don't know, like a Jade Cargill and I don't know, maybe like a Rhea Ripley or something. Or even better, how about a Jade Cargill and Charlotte Flair?
Something.
Like, give us something that's just like a small rivalry, just an in-between rivalry.
Look, the biggest miss is because I double checked. They were in Glasgow, and Drew McIntyre wasn't on the show.
Yeah, that was weird. Even he could have just been on the mic, just sitting there at the announce desk the whole time, and it would have gone great. It actually probably would have upped this show for me.
Just like have him interrupt Punk.
I would have loved that. But have him already be out there, and Punk just keeps looking at him, waiting for him to interrupt, and Drew just has that shit talking look on his face, like he's about to, but keeps not doing it until Punk finally forgets.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love it. But they didn't do it.
Nope. Didn't do it. All right. Overall, kind of middle of the road Raw, really. Like,
it
not
wasn't
the worst thing ever, but there not as many highlights as we'd like.
Yeah, not enough. It was a breeze through. You could have watched that on 2.5 times speed and been okay.
Yeah, that's a lot of the wrestling this week because this week's Dynamite also not as many highlights as we like, but the ones that were there, real fucking strong. Right out the gate, we got not quite a squash, but pretty damn close. Kenny by God Omega going up against Blake Christian, and I want to shout their social media team for the hype video that they put together ahead of this match, because it was all Kenny Omega, and then there was just a quick snippet of Blake Christian. Like, they just clipped it out of him being announced for like a Ring of Honor match, and that was the whole hype package.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
That was probably the best part of this. Otherwise, this was I would call this a squash match personally. Yeah. This was a pretty quick match, but it wasn't bad though. It's pretty funny because like squash matches usually you expect them to be like real bad, like in terms of like trying to give it a rating. When you have Kenny doing a squash match, it's still like at the very lowest, like a middle of the road kind of score. Like you're still getting like a C plus B out of him.
Yeah, like you're getting at least a B out of him on an average day. Like if it's a really hype squash match, like I think top tier Road Warriors, right?
Yeah.
You know, like that Goldberg like prime WCW Nitro era where it's like a 3-minute sprint squash where it's just there to get the crowd hyped. Like that's the top tier.
How about the Ops? I feel like that's top tier squash matches in my opinion right now.
Those are so fun. Like Samoa Joe just looks like he's having the time of his life doing those.
Yeah. Dude, those are some of my best rated matches recently. Literally. And they're squashes.
Yeah. Now,
like I have the most fun with those. So
yeah. Really the important thing is what happened after the match, where we got Speedball Mike Bailey coming out there to hype up the three-way at Dynasty, and I kind of loved how goofy these two are, like on the mic against each other, because they're just kind of like being dorks with each other. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
Just like the, hey Kenny, congrats. It's like, thank you.
Thank you.
I think it was the line that got me the most was Kenny saying he doesn't need any more friends. He's already got a cat.
He's already got a cat. Yeah.
And then King of the Dorks, Ricochet, sending in a video saying it does like he's having the best day of his life because he's getting married. Shout out, congratulations to him and Samantha Irving. I don't know if she's taking his last name or whatever. Don't matter. Congratulations, you two.
I'm gonna bet she doesn't just because of her career.
Yeah, for the branding, marketing.
Yeah.
Looking good in that suit though.
Yeah. Not only that, like this, it just helps cement him as a heel.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, too. Like,
and once again, just I loved immediately after the video cuts, Kenny starts responding to it. He goes, "Oh wait, you're not there."
Oh yeah, that's right. You're not here with us.
Yeah. But I'm
so
hyped
good
for that match. Like that's my God, that might be my number 2 on what I'm looking forward to. Maybe my number 3. It's hard to what's on Dynasty.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's up there for me though.
Yeah,
it's definitely up there for me.
Potential show stealer.
You know who else is a show stealer, Alex?
Who is that, Derek?
Someone who I keep asking where their wife is on January 6, 2021.
Oh, who's that?
That would be the one and only Learning Tree, Chris Jericho.
Yeah. It looks
a very frustrated Chris Jericho.
Yeah, it looks like he's starting to lock back in.
I feel like he is too. I do. Jokes aside, I actually do feel like we're starting to get a primed and ready to go Chris Jericho.
Yeah, particularly after his appearance on Collision last week. Was it? Yes, the previous week.
Yeah.
Not this most recent.
It was the one previous, yeah.
Yeah, where there was the little kid on the front row calling him out, giving him the finger, and like just lifting his shirt, showing off the fucking six-pack. That fucking 10-year-old with abs like that.
I know, dude.
Yeah. And he played it up perfectly.
I want to believe that kid's a night shifter. Comment down below, kid.
He's an honorary night shifter.
Either way, yeah.
Yeah. Great stuff. But yeah, frustrated Chris Jericho. He's giving orders to the Bad Apple, Brian Keith, and Big Bill. Go do something to impress me. And then he called out Bandito for a mask versus title match at, surprisingly, Dynasty. This actually is working because they've built up stakes. They've made it, personal. Chris is actually on form again right now. Like, he's not doing top tier stuff, but he's doing good work again.
Well, I feel like he's really priming Bandito to take the belt off him right now. And I personally, I hope so too. Because Bandito's great, and his crowd work is insane. Because he's able to do crowd work mid-move. So, the dude is such a rising star right now. This would be a great notch in his belt, and I feel like that's what Chris Jericho's priming us for right now, because it's a Mask v title belt match. Yeah. So I feel like Bandito's taking the title. He ain't no Dragon Lee where he's getting his mask taken off that easily.
No, because he's got the ties in the back and stuff. You can't just grab it from the top and just go poof.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got to Zorro that shit. You got to cut it off.
Mm-hmm. Oh god, dude, how cool would it be? No, wait, Bandito's already got the whole gunslinger thing. Well, I guess you could work a Zorro aspect in there. Give him a little rapier. Have him start carving bees into people.
No, you would have Chris Jericho come out as Zorro to try and mock Bandito.
Oh. And then he gets disarmed with a spinning heel kick. He kicks the sword out of his hand.
Shoots. Oh, he finger guns the sword out of his hand.
Yeah, they do the high noon duel.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, he does a Mexican destroyer in mid spin. He shoots the sword out of his hand.
We're getting too far ahead of ourselves, Derek. We're gonna end up disappointed if we keep going this route.
All right, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. Speaking of disappointed, though, we had MJF giving his answer to MVP about joining the Hurt Syndicate, and in an interesting bit of business, it looks like they're actually going to team up, only to be interrupted by Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley being like, "No, not this dude. We don't want him.
We don't want this guy. He's an asshole.
Yeah,
he doesn't play ball."
Oh God, but this is a great. Like, everything about the Hurt Syndicate is working right now. I mean, I know we had that stumbling bit with the Outrunners match where it wasn't that great. Let's be honest, it left a lot to be desired. But as far as like characters and presence and feeling like a destructive unit that can do anything, like the Hurt Syndicate is like all hits, nothing messing with them.
So I feel like what we are getting right here is a pathway potential that they could take with the Hurt Syndicate if they feel like they want to break up the Hurt Syndicate. Because MVP wanting to bring in MJF into this, and Shelton and Lashley disagreeing, could be a wedge that further continues if he keeps trying to bring in people they don't agree should be a part of them. I don't see that happening in the near future because I fucking love the Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah, I don't want to see them breaking up that soon.
No, but I could see them having this be that primer, like I should say primer, but like that first step needed if they need to break them up.
Yeah.
Which I guess essentially would just be MVP getting beaten the fuck up and taken out, and then probably Shelton and Lashley fighting each other to see who's going to be the leader of the Hurt Syndicate. So
might be
which I would be here for.
Yeah, we might have some more members joining the Hurt Syndicate sooner rather than later. The recently signed Kevin Knight for AEW. I believe Cedric Alexander is a free agent again soon, so we might see his name pop up there. There's some potential additions coming really quickly down the pipeline.
Yeah, we also got a couple of big boys coming out to the ring, Alex, to challenge the Hurt Syndicate for those tag titles.
This did not go Big Bill's way at all, did it?
No, it did not. No. No, it did not.
Like, MVP will not tolerate somebody's shenanigans, will he?
No, he will not. I don't know who needs to hear this, but you need to go win a match before you can be a contender for these belts, my boys.
God. I feel like MVP was just trying to like turn it up a notch at this moment. And Big Bill was like trying, like I think he had some good thoughts on paper leading into this, and like MVP was just like, no, we're gonna push the brakes on you a little bit. I don't want you getting too much heat on you before we actually get to you guys challenging for these titles, because we're gonna bury you essentially.
Yeah, like this will be a squash match.
Yeah,
sorry boys.
Yeah.
I honestly though, I feel like Keith and Bill need something to do, and I tend to agree with Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin. We like to hurt people. Let them hurt them.
Yeah. You know what would be really great for these two teams, because it's one of the things that Big Bill really needs to get better at, and something that I know Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin can do really well, and that's a street fight.
Ooh, yeah. Dude, you put Bobby in some jeans, bro?
Yeah, dude.
Yo. Get him in some of them karate jeans, them Chuck Norris approved karate jeans.
The ones you can high kick in?
Yeah. He's going to be jumping off everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
And through everything. That's actually correct.
correct.
Yeah, here's what I want you to picture in your head, right? Real quick. Everybody at home,
Mm-hmm.
Close your eyes. Listen. Picture a table set up in the corner of the ring, and Big Bill is just like he's a bit stunned. He's on his feet, but he's leaning against the table, and he's trying to like steady himself. And out of nowhere, here comes big old Bobby Lashley just charging through and spears him right through it so hard that his spine connects with the ring post. Yeah.
And then he's impaled by it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe there's some barbed wire too.
Oh, dude, maybe there'll be some explosions with it too.
Yeah, why not?
What? Can we get a cage around the barbed wire?
We can get a cage around the barbed wire, and also we can put barbed wire and some explosives at the end of MVP's cane, so when he smacks somebody with it over the head, it explodes.
Oh, yo, some like fucking pop rocks or some shit.
Yeah, be dope.
We go the Power Rangers kind of
Yes.
way with it, where every time it hits, like sparks just boom.
Yeah, that'd be rule.
Yeah. You know what else had some sparks?
Ooh,
Alex.
yes. We got
the Oh, go ahead. No, you go right ahead, brother.
We got the recovery match for Kyle Fletcher going against Brody King, because coming off
Yeah.
that loss at Revolution against Will Ospreay, Fletcher needs to get a win back. And if you're somebody that you want to look tough against, there's nobody better than Brody King, because he's gonna make you earn it.
Yeah. This was a great matchup. This is what I'm talking about, or what I was talking about earlier, Night Shifters, when I said that you need to prime us for something that's after a PLE.
Yeah.
Fletcher was gone for a little bit since Revolution, since getting his butt kicked by Will Ospreay.
Understandably, he probably needed a week to pull the tax out of his ball sack.
Exactly. He had to get some time to get the pus out and everything. Brody King, like you said, is going to make you work for it, and I feel like you need a matchup like that when coming back, and this was a perfect way to lead us after that PLE for Fletcher, because he may have lost to Ospreay, but that's just for now. This ain't over.
Yeah, like the only disappointing thing about this is Brody King taking another loss, because I want Brody King winning, because he is one of my favorites, because he's just so damn like cool, and he's so fucking good, and he makes everybody just look like they're dwarf in comparison to him. Like, cast your mind back to when he had that match against Darby, and he was just in a chokehold, had him over the ropes, and was just dangling him.
Yep.
Yeah. So
that
good.
shit was insane. Insane. You know what else was insane though, Alex? That sign in the crowd that suggested that Kyle Fletcher should play Spike in a live-action Toy Story movie.
You know, I don't think his fan base, the Fletchlights, would want to see that.
Because he becomes the garbage man in like Toy Story 3.
Yeah. What?
He can do the meme. He can then come out as a garbage man and be like, it's garbage day.
Yeah, Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2.
Yup.
Yeah.
Dude, I would love it. I would love it.
Another thing I love, Powerhouse Hobbs and Mark Davis being two fucking hosses. Not being able to be contained by the fact that their match is coming later. They're just going now, immediately afterwards.
Yeah.
They're not even out of the ring yet, and shit's happening.
It's already happening.
Yeah.
I know some people might have thought this was a little meh. I enjoyed this. I needed this.
Yeah. No, like...
It was just two big boys going at it.
Yeah. I love when a wrestling company just has like a designated hoss division. You know?
Dude, seriously. But like Mark Davis, man, that dude is so fast. He is unexpectedly fast.
Yes.
If you've never seen him wrestle Night Shifters, I recommend it. For the size that he is, and for the cake that he has, the man can move.
Yeah.
He
Honestly,
can move.
Go back, watch the 4-way match at the previous week's Dynamite. Dude,
Yeah.
That's a great showcase for Mark Davis. Absolutely.
He honestly was. There was a lot going on in that match that was great, but he was a highlight of that match for sure. He definitely stood out as like probably the best of the three. Not only because of his abilities in the ring, but he has a way of making you believe how scary he really is. And I bet he's actually a teddy bear.
Oh, understandably. I mean, he's Australian, so they have that in them.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
Following that, we had pre-tape with Tony Schiavone sitting down with Ray at FTR, hitting that tension, just being like, okay, you know, there's some little bit of friction between FTR and Cope, which, I mean, they can build off that. That's something there. I mean, that's giving Cope something to do. It's not nothing. I just, like, you know, I said last week, if this means we get a Cash singles run, I'm here for it, because Cash can fucking go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of where we're heading to.
And speaking of split ups, we got more split ups happening with the patriarchy, because Nick Wayne is putting on his big boy pants and he wants to step out on Christian Cage.
We called this. Was it 2 weeks ago, I think, now, or a week ago?
You know, because there was indications last week, because they had that really close talk in the backstage.
Yeah. Was it last week? Okay, yeah. Because I was like, I felt like it was inevitable that this was going to happen, and I'm happy for it. I feel like we need him to take that slingshot approach and catapult himself. This is a way to do it.
Yeah, Nick Wayne's a young dude. He needs more time in the ring. You know.
Yeah.
That's what he should be doing. He's gonna be taking losses for a long time, but that's what he needs. He needs exposure on TV.
If he can set up something like this easily, he's got a bright future. So
yeah,
he just needs more work in the ring.
Oh God, one of the best backstage moments though. Following this, Renee trying to get the word in with Hangman, declaring himself for Owen, and Swerve on site Strickland comes out, gets right up in there. Hangman, did I stutter? Neither one of them will let it die, and I am all about it.
I feel like as soon as we have a finish to a Strickland Moxley kind of like short-term rivalry, it's definitely going to go right back to Strickland versus Page, and I'm all here for it.
Yep.
I feel like it's been a little while since I've seen someone drink another person's blood. I got that itch. I got the itch.
And Swerve going out there, standing on business, calling out Moxley. Just, boy, I am violence. Like, ugh. Swerve's got that way about just, like, he's been stumbly in promos before, but he always feels authentic, you know?
Yeah. I believe him when he says he is violence, because if any of you listen to Kendrick Lamar as much as I do, or are like my dog, who is a Kendrick puppy, Strickland is very much of the same breath as me, where my temperament bipolar, I choose violence. And after what we got between Cope and Moxley, I fear, I straight up fear the matchup between Strickland and Mox, because we've seen Mox get acupuncture needle thingies put into his head, skewers. We saw him take a 2x4 with nails in it straight into his spine, and somehow can still stand and walk. I feel like we're gonna get a cinder block moment again, and one of them ain't walking away. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, this is all the hallmark calling cards of a future Texas death match.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, and that could be scary, real scary.
Now, here's my theory, though. My Austin theory. This time it is.
Yeah.
I think Strickland's take is going to overcome Mox, and we're going to see this form of Mox die after this match. So I feel like the gimmick's done.
I feel like you're right. I feel like they've kind of, extended the tape on how far this gimmick can go for as long as it can. And while he doesn't need to completely rehab who he is in his gimmick, I feel like it needs a tweak. It needs a shift. It needs something. But more than anything, this is just me personally, I want a face Mox again, because
Yeah.
Mox as a face is one of those guys that can cut a passionate promo that will make you want to run through a wall because you want to cheer for the dude so hard. Like
Him versus Eddie Kingston.
So
when
good.
they had their falling out. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
because that's what you're talking about, right? Was like those promos when he was still a face.
Yeah, that promo he cut when he first came back after rehab, getting clean and sober. Like, I was ready to go to war for that John Moxley. You know.
Yep. Yeah. So here's the thing, Alex. You kind of said it best. They kind of played this out way too long. They took the name Death Riders, and they took that name way too seriously and just rode the horse to death. The horse is dead. It's time to kill off the Death Riders.
Clap. I'm gonna give you a little golf clap for that line because I like that. Yeah.
Thank you. It's run its course. We need a different Moxley. We need a face Moxley. We need him to realize the error of his ways from this time period. And that'll sell the face moment, I believe. And who better than probably one of the best anti-heroes in the business, fucking Swerve Strickland, to come in and put you in your place.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's inevitable. I think it's inevitable.
Yeah, and I would not hate a second title run with Swerve because, goddamn, like he looks right with that gold around his waist.
He does, and I really feel like he set the standard for what a champ should be during his time as a champ, and no one's really lived up to it since then, so you might as well put the belt back on him.
Yeah. So,
and I did like that line, you continue to play John Moxley on TV. That one got me.
Yeah. Yeah, that Swerve's too fucking cool. Almost as cool as a squash match for Top Flight against some local talent that lasted 0 time.
Yeah, that ended faster than it started.
Yeah. But that's okay, because we got it followed by Mark Briscoe versus Konosuke Takeshita. Just, dude, Takeshita is awesome. Briscoe, loved to death. Those two trading suplexes back to back is amazing.
I love Briscoe so much, and I think Takeshita is like the future. Yeah, this was a great match, and this definitely was the palate cleanser from what we had to endure with Top Flight. I don't even want to talk about that one. That one just
it's not worth it. It's too short to even matter.
Yeah, but the match between Briscoe and Takeshita, I think it really set up Takeshita as the heavy hitter that he really is.
Yeah.
If you can take out Briscoe and stop him from getting back up again and again and again, you've done something right.
Yeah,
so,
like, easily first contender against Swerve if he wins, Takeshita.
Oh, yeah. Easily. Yeah. Easily.
Okay. Data. Maybe
I heard that.
Maybe don't clean yourself that close to stuff. Okay, buddy.
Speaking of cleaning yourself, that was bad. That was bad.
No. You need to clean up after yourself after the main event, which was
that's right.
Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford going against the newly christened Thunder Tits, Timeless Tony Storm, and Thunder Rosa. Wait,
oh boy,
we got another women's main event on AEW. Are you sure about that?
You sure about?
Yes, because they fucking rocked.
Yeah, this was great. This matchup definitely set the stage for making Bane look like a goddamn beast.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for a full-on rematch between Bane and Timeless Tony Storm. There's gonna be a lot of blood.
Oh my god, dude! Like, that's a stepped up rematch. Like, I almost want to say they should do something like really like out of pocket and insane and do like a ladder match for them, just because Megan Bayne has that physical stature down so well that I'd love to see like Tony Storm doing something off the ladder to her, because she's like a good base, and like she can do some like high flying shit, or like her like grabbing for like a belt hanging from the ceiling and Bane just picking her up and slamming her down.
Dude, for real. Yes, I could easily see that. I feel like the only thing missing from Bane at the moment is she needs to rizz it up a little bit more. She needs more time on the microphone and everything. She needs to have her Bane moment too, where she breaks the superhero's back.
Yeah, she needs to shatter somebody's spine.
Yeah. She needs to be like, you merely adopted the darkness. I was born of it. Molded by it. I was but a man the first time I saw the light. And all it did was blind me.
Here's who I want it to happen to. I want it to be Penelope Ford. Like, I want Penelope Ford to end up costing her a win and her to just break her spine in retribution.
And that sets her on this war path where she's just out there breaking backs. Dude, yes, I'm here for it.
Oh.
And she could feed into her outfit and all that even more and be like this like warrior queen must get more blood.
Yeah. She's like the new absolute Wonder Woman, where instead of being born and raised on the island of the Amazonians, she was raised in hell.
Yeah. Oh, dude, she'd be ripping spines out.
Yeah, like Mortal Kombat style.
Yeah. She's like, your spine is mine.
Yeah. Overall, decent Dynamite. Not one of the best ones that they've had this year by any means, but they're not terrible by any means either.
No, it helped push things along, where I think WWE lacked that this week.
Yeah.
I think AEW had a much better time of putting storylines across this week.
Yeah, and now we've got the Go Home show ahead of Dynasty this week.
Yes.
Which
so
looking like something there. Looking like another like can't miss, because that's how AEW operates their business, is pay-per-views that you just need to see because they're that fucking good.
Yeah, like willing to pay for them good. Because they just go balls to the wall every time.
Yeah.
Just every time.
Absolutely. Less balls to the wall was SmackDown.
Yeah.
Good start.
Yeah.
Good, strong start. Got Cody out there, as the champ should be, opening up the show and hyping up the crowd, building his match against John Cena at WrestleMania. But who should come out but one Randall Keith Orton?
Yeah, really hyping up Cody and making Cody cry. Like I alluded to earlier, he spoke of Cody at his time with AEW and in AEW's creation. Really proving that Cody is not just a powerhouse as a wrestler, but he is a powerhouse in the wrestling game as a whole.
Yeah.
You do not underestimate this man. And I really, really loved that it was Randall Keith Orton out there, his mentor, coming out here to say all that. Unfortunately, though, Alex, there was somebody who was missing in Scotland, but decided to show up in the colonizers' land of London, but one Drew McIntyre.
Getting a just a lovely reception from the crowd too.
Oh yeah.
But this didn't have a lot of meat in the bone. Not a lot of meat here.
No, I feel like this, as fun as it was to have Drew there, I felt like he was misplaced. He needed to be on Raw to mess with Punk. It would have made more sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, we got what we should have had on Raw later on in the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just feel like they don't know how to use Drew right now, or they refuse to use him in the way that he should be used. One of the two. Like,
yeah,
I just feel like this is wasted.
He feels like he's sitting on the bench, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that whole I know he brought up Priest in this too, but like the whole thing with Priest is like a non-starter to me. Like it feels like it's not going anywhere.
Well, it went somewhere on the show.
I know, but it's just like it's such a boring rivalry. I just feel bad.
You're just not in the bondage taker. I get it.
I like Damian Priest. I really do. I just feel like this rivalry just isn't slapping for me for some reason. It just ain't hitting. Kind of like Charlotte's return ain't hitting for me.
Yeah,
Alex.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because a lot of boos when they showed her backstage, huh?
A lot. Yeah. She's boring.
Yeah,
she's been very boring.
Well, at least we had the Street Profits defending their new tag team titles against Pretty Deadly in some fantastic looking gear. I gotta say.
Yes.
Oh, yes, boy.
Yes, boy.
Yeah, all of this. Street Profits looked fucking mega stars out there, and Pretty Deadly rocking dope fucking Union gear.
I feel like, Alex, we are being primed for a Pretty Deadly, pretty awesome freaking run.
Mm-hmm.
We are, you know how we had Chelsea Green go from just comedy to being a threat?
Yeah.
Pretty Deadly's going the same route. They're pretty cute.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually going to be real Pretty Deadly soon.
Yeah.
This match was great. I feel like both teams gave it their all, and both teams came out with exceptional riz, Alex. Exceptional riz.
Absolutely. You know me. I love the Street Profits. They're my boys. Pretty Deadly. They fucking crack me up, dude. Like, those dudes have banter for days, and giving them moments like this is all I want for them. You know?
Yeah, this actually made them look like real contenders for the first time in a while. Before, it just seemed like they were there to take bumps.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore. They gave as many bumps as they took, and they looked great the entire time. I'm excited for this year with them. I feel like we're going to get a lot.
Yeah, I feel like they're getting queued up for something post WrestleMania, probably leading into SummerSlam.
I'm thinking the same thing. I think you sometimes forget not only how good of wrestlers they actually are because of the comedy stuff, but you forget how fucking big they are.
Yeah, right?
These guys are huge, and they're buff as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy. Yes, boy.
This was a great match. This was honestly one of the best things of this night. To be honest with you, Night Shifters. This was my favorite part of the night.
Yeah.
So,
but running with the theme with awesome gear, we had Caden Carter and Katana Chance going against the Secret Hervis, Alba Fire and Piper Niven, rocking them Secret Hervis outfits.
That's right.
Match was whatever, because, you know, Caden Carter, Katana Chance are okay, but, you know, the tag team itself, like this debut, was a good start for them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like their gear as well. Their gear was fun.
Yeah.
I feel like they came out at a time where you have a lot of heat going behind the Secret Hervis, and Piper's been on fire recently.
Yeah.
She's been doing some pretty devastating moves too. Some pretty dangerous moves at that she makes look easy as hell.
Oh yeah.
I feel like we're about to see a great tag team run, like a championship run from the Secret Hervis, where inevitably they will stop being behind Chelsea Green. I feel like the end of the day, though, going up against Carter and Chance wasn't the best way to catapult that status, unfortunately.
It's an early start for them. You know, this was technically their debut as a tag team.
Yes. I feel like you could have put them up against some like a Liv and Raquel.
But we're crossing brands here, and you know that only happens once a year at Survivor Series, Derek.
You're right. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You're right. Those lines, they're hard lines in the sand, Alex.
Lines, Derek.
hard, girthy, just the veiniest lines you've ever seen.
Yeah, they're like a Snickers bar vein.
They are. You know who else is like a Snickers bar of veins?
Yeah.
Our boy Braun Strowman.
Our boy, Choo Choo, Braun Strowman, the big SOB himself, taking on LA Knight for the U.S. title. It's kind of fun, but what did we get, Derek, in this match?
Oh, guess what, everybody? We got another disqualification.
Oh, yay. My
Another DQ.
favorite.
Just like I said, we've been getting at minimum 2 a week.
Yeah.
For the past few weeks, and it's getting real annoying.
Yeah. Not annoyed with Jacob Fatu, though. Fucking dude rules. Love that dude. Love him on TV. Love him destroying shit. Just
it's real.
This.
It's real funny because Grandma watched this with me and Christina, and she doesn't always watch wrestling like every show, but she'll watch like one a week with us.
Yeah.
And this was the one she watched, and she kept calling Strowman Jacob Fatu because their pants, like their gear, is so similar. The only difference is the size.
Yeah.
But the hair, their skin color, and all that. Yeah. But the ring gear, red pants, black shoes, some sort of black tank top.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, Jacob Fatu." I was like, "Nope, Strowman." I'm like, "But he fights him a lot."
Yeah.
And then sure as shit, Jacob Fatu comes out. She's like, "Jacob Fatu." I'm like, "Yep."
Yeah, that time is correct. Yes, that's a Samoan werewolf. Oh God, but
I'm getting sick and tired of the DQs.
Yeah, we're gonna, if we see more DQs, I'm sorry, Derek, that's just signaling another thing that we're gonna see every week, probably multiple times, and that's gonna be the most devastating move in all of wrestling, and that's the sneaky little roll-up win.
Okay. I don't mind a roll-up. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like they could be great.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're best reserved for when you have a matchup where a smaller person is facing off against a bigger person.
Mm-hmm.
And you should really only do it then because it's more believable that the bigger person is having a hard time getting out of the roll-up because they're not used to being that size now.
I tell you something that you also didn't believe. The video package confirming Rey Fenix for next week.
I didn't believe it. You're right. Nope. Until WWE comes out here and tells me Rey Fenix is hired, Alex, I won't believe it. Whether it be a video package on SmackDown, whether it be a video package on Raw, whether it be a video package on NXT, whether it be a video package on
LFG.
Thank you.
Evolve.
Whether it be
main event. Speed.
Yep.
Stephanie's Places.
Oh God, that I am not looking for. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I watched the first episode. It's nothing.
I did not. I refuse.
Yeah.
I don't like that family.
No. Oh God.
Even though we talk, I get it. If someone's about to call me out and be like, "But you watch WWE," yeah, I fucking know.
Yeah.
But I still hate the family.
Yeah.
I hate them.
We contain multitudes. Okay, we are not just black and white here. Okay.
I'm a walking hypocrite. Okay.
Walking contradiction.
Yeah.
Cue the music.
Yeah. Wait, whose music? Charlotte Flair's? Because I hope not.
God, I fucking hope not. This is another match that could have been a fucking email. Charlotte Flair versus Michin.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Michin should have won this fucking match.
Yeah, but she's not gonna because Charlotte's got the WrestleMania match, Derek.
I know, and it pisses me off, Alex, because Michin looked not only the better wrestler out there, but she took a ton of bumps and kept coming.
Yeah.
Like, this was a squash match. Don't get me wrong. I get it. But there was antics with this too.
Yeah, because Naomi came out.
Yeah.
For
it annoyed the shit out of
some
me.
reason. I guess
because Michin talked some shit.
Oh yeah, that's right. Backstage with Jade, and then Jade came out to get Naomi because she's angry at Naomi. Hey, the video package promo that Naomi had though, that was something. That was great.
That was really fucking good.
Yeah.
I like how they're using Naomi right now. I feel like this is a great way to use her. not only that, shout out to Jade real quick for the Kill Bill inspired outfit.
Yeah.
The bride's outfit was pretty dope. This little inspo.
Yeah, her gear is almost always on point.
For real.
Rare.
Same thing with Naomi though too.
Oh yeah.
And this caution tape, I fucking love that.
Yeah.
Both of them look amazing. So
incorporating it into the promo too. Like, oh
yeah,
God, good stuff. There's levels. Use them.
This is like what they started with Shinsuke and then they stopped caring.
Well, I think Shinsuke stopped caring, really. Let's be honest.
Well, Shinsuke stopped caring before then.
Yeah.
But when they tried to do it with Shinsuke, then they stopped caring because they're like, we're going to put out these awesome fucking video packages. They're going to be great.
Yeah.
He's going to look evil as fuck. And then they were like, fire that editor.
No, they were like, oh, wait, he's not signing a new contract. Never mind. Push the brakes. We're not going to keep putting money into it.
Whoa, take that samurai helmet off of him. We ain't paying for that anymore. We ain't shipping that all around the country.
It's not going overseas.
He only gets the mask. He only gets the mask now.
He can take that in his carry-on. Yeah. Oh, shit.
You know what else could have been a carry-on, Alex?
Oh, was it Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton?
It was.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Dude,
it wasn't bad because obviously at the end of the day, both of these men are amazing wrestlers.
Yeah,
two
top
old
of their pros, game. Just going at it.
Yeah. It didn't feel like this had to happen.
No. It didn't need KO interfering. That's what it didn't need, okay?
I honestly, I think if they didn't have KO, Alex, this would have been a better rating for me. I feel like if they just did this as like a match, like, hey, we're settling some beef and it's moving on. It's not even like a multi-week rivalry. This is just over and done with this week.
Yeah.
I would have been good with that. But to have this set up as still being part of KO's thing by introducing KO into it was just too much. It was too much.
Yeah, it was too much, but it was still more than Jimmy Uso versus The Miz.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. Mm-hmm. I mean, we got the stereotypical villain running away as soon as the hero locks eyes. Because as soon as Randy was like, okay, I'm actually going to take you seriously now, KO went running right through the crowd.
Kind of love that, actually. Oh, God.
But I got to say, this was yet another incident, even though we didn't get a DQ. This was yet another incident of too much shenanigans happening in a match, ringside or whatnot, by either people coming in or what have you. Give me a match.
Just like, too many times in a fucking week, okay? Like, God damn. Is it too much to ask for just for some fucking clean wins?
Right. Like, and stop with these fucking email matches too. Like you were saying before, Jimmy Uso versus The Miz didn't have to fucking happen.
No, there's no point to this other than, I don't know, get people in London a chance to boo at The Miz.
That, or like, I feel like they're trying to set up Jimmy for prime him for his singles run again, just in case. And you choose The Miz.
I mean,
like, granted, that's an easy win. I get that. All right, I get that. But The Miz. Jimmy has taken on the likes of his brothers, Jacob Fatu, Tamalonga. This man's taken on giants like Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
If you're going to do a singles run for him, you do not have him take on The Miz. That is a way to bury a wrestler.
Oof. Pretty close to.
I went there.
You did. You went there.
The Miz, sorry, but The Miz is an op.
He is forever now. At this point. Oh. Speaking of
that
ops,
stupid tech fucking shirt cocking ninja, dude.
Speaking of ops, we had CM Punk being the last of the three to make his entrance to the arena when he walks past an earlier conflict between Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest, which ended with Drew McIntyre being put through real glass on a car and just keeps on walking and smiling.
That part was badass.
Yeah.
That's using Drew correctly.
And Damian.
And Damian, yes.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, though. Like, they could have set up a Damian versus Priest thing and have it work for me. They could. Very easily, because these two are dominant. These two are great. Some of the mistakes that Damian has had over the past year, sure, I get it. But at the end of the day, Damian's, like, he's an amazing wrestler. And fuck, the guy can do some high-flying shit, too. Nothing beats, though, Punk just walking by.
With that shit-eating grin.
Not really giving a shit, just watching, smiling and going, yeah, you beat each other up. Fuck you guys. Great way to end a show. Great way.
Yeah. Well, no. Derek, to end the show, we had a contract signing for Triple Threat at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Now, number one, WWE, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you cutting away, putting picture-in-picture during Roman's entrance? I want to see those ones in the sky for our tribal chief.
That's right. Yeah.
But
for your YTC.
Yeah. The chemistry between Roman and Seth right off the bat, perfect. Like, that was like a perfect souffle right there. Everything was mixed together correctly for a perfect dish. And then you introduce CM Punk into the mix. And these three are doing such a good job of bouncing off of each other. The fucking smart-ass comments from Roman, the Punk dropping the line as his introduction of, like, I came here to sign a contract and chew bubble gum while he's smacking on some fucking gum and spitting it out in the ring.
And I'm all out of gum.
Yeah. And, God, Paul Heyman
Seth had
in the background at all times. Just, like, the dude is chewing the fucking scenery with just his face.
Every time, too, it doesn't matter what's going on. It could be like the dumbest fucking thing happening in front of him, and he is treating it like it is the end of the fucking world.
Yeah. Or when he is
the most serious
singing
thing
along with the crowd to Roman. Oh, serenading him.
I feel like you could have done this earlier in the night.
Yeah.
First off. And had so this is the way I wanted it to go. Okay. This is where the show would have been a million times better for me. You can do the contract signing at the end, right? Like near the end. But you end it with Punk walking by Drew and Damian. Like, that should have been the end.
I don't know, dude. I don't know, because we got that little, like, tease where Punk's about to sign, and then they start putting the watermarks on there, signaling it's the end of the show, but they don't cut away quite yet. They wait for that moment where Paul Heyman tells him he's main eventing WrestleMania. And then Seth, of course, flipping the fuck out and throwing a tantrum.
It's funny too, because like, you could honestly, at the end of the day, just make this a singles match between either Seth and Punk or Seth and Roman, and I would still be satiated.
Yeah.
You let me gorge with this, and I'm happy for it. And I feel like at the end of the day, what we're getting is a setup for a long-term rivalry again between Seth and Roman.
Between Seth and Roman, between maybe Roman and Punk, because they set a foundation there with them, and they haven't started building it yet. Like,
no, they haven't.
We're getting teased on that, and that's something that could feed fucking families right there.
For real, yeah. But here's the thing, though. We also want Cena and Punk. So we can't stretch Armstrong Punk again like we did last year, right before he got injured.
No.
Where there was too many rivalries going on at one time. I feel like you need to do it the Seth and Roman one, because Seth is at that point in his career where he gets tunnel vision.
Yeah.
And I like that because it's the character. He absolutely fucking hates Roman, and it's about time he starts taking real revenge on him. So then he can actually focus on Punk. I'm hoping that at the end of this triple threat is basically we get some direction with Seth's character now.
So you're right. I'm going to say that right off the bat. Like, Seth needs some more direction, particularly because it's been a while since he's had anything to really sink his teeth into other than like the Punk like hatred and the Roman hatred at WrestleMania. What if we go the opposite direction, Derek? What if we get one Charles Montgomery Punk reuniting the Shield? He was the sort of architect of that group forming to begin with.
I would be here for that, actually, because you know what? There's already been kind of some setup with Sammy and such by trying to get Seth to let bygones be bygones, and he couldn't overlook it and just demolish Sammy because he was pissed. Yeah, no, I could see that happening where he finally is like, you know what? Maybe I do need to bury the hatchet with Roman for now.
Yeah.
And so I can literally kill one Charles Montgomery Punk.
Yeah. Why not, right?
Why not?
Yeah.
But I would like it.
But look, we got a couple of weeks of WrestleMania still, which gives us time to add some fuel to the fire with Roman and Punk against each other. Because if we've already got enough, to work with Seth and Punk, we've got enough to work with Seth and Roman. So let's build something there, so that way it's not just Roman and Seth trying to kill each other, or Seth and Punk trying to kill each other, and like there's an actual like all sides are equally hating each other at this moment.
Yeah, especially because like we may have our tribal chief back, we don't have a bloodline yet.
No.
So what does that mean? Are we never gonna have one? In which case, I would believe the Shield prospect happening even more, or what have you. But something needs to give here on this point with these three, and start leaning into one direction a little bit more. And I think them two teaming up against Punk makes way more sense.
Yeah. The real question that remains, though, is Punk said it himself. That's not the favor.
It's not. Again, I still think having been and always been a Paul Heyman kind of guy, I feel like Charles Montgomery Punk is going to have Paul Heyman in his corner again when he turns in that favor.
Oh, man. Those two would absolutely devastate the company on the mic together.
Which would lead into a Cena-Punk rivalry even more.
Oh, there's so much to look forward to. Like, we can see the fireworks factory. It's 50 miles down the road. It's 40 miles down the road. It's 30 miles down the road. Like, there's so much ahead. I just hope everybody doesn't, get hurt.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that we don't see someone go for like a suicide dive and mess it up right before the finish line.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe watch a main event guy not main event.
Oh, God, do you think that's actually what cost him his main event spot?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do actually.
Yeah. Do you think
that was the one?
Do you think next year WWE is gonna alter the Royal Rumble stipulations to say you get a title shot and not a main event spot at WrestleMania because neither one of the Royal Rumble winners are main eventing?
No, they're both either opening or mid-carding.
Yeah. Woo.
So, yeah. I think they should change that because that's misleading. Because I want to see my main event Jey Uso boy, the main event of WrestleMania.
Yeah. Well, maybe next year.
Maybe next year.
Yeah.
But let us know what you think down in the comments below. Did we get some stuff wrong that you think we should have said another different way? Do you think only I'm wrong? Let me know. I probably agree with you.
Yeah.
Are you looking forward to WrestleMania? Have these stories been primed up enough for you? Are you edged to the point where gooning will finish you now? Like WrestleMania will finish me?
Can you even afford tickets to WrestleMania? Or any wrestling shows from WWE?
Are you like us and you have to choose between groceries and a single WWE ticket.
Are you going to shell out the $600 for the meet and greet with Jimmy and Jey Uso? Yeah. It's that much.
Brother, I would pay $600 to not have to meet half of the wrestlers on the roster, so... no, but I do love those boys, but I wouldn't pay $600 for you.
Yeah,
No.
I'm sorry, Oos. Yeah, it's not my budget. Thank you
Not
so
my
much
budget.
for joining us. Remember, like, comment, share, subscribe to all engagement. Hit all the buttons. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you next week. Let's say goodnight, Derek.
Buenas noches, night shift.
Good night, everybody.
Fuck The Rock.
Fuck John Cena.